Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session for a client that had severe anxiety with the idea of potentially being in a relationship or talking to women or just finding an attraction to women. And a lot of this was based on comparisons with maybe men that they knew or men that they'd been with in their past, like ex-relationships. And this hypnosis session really is designed to give direct suggestions to that part that was anxious and that would overthink and that would feel this inner need to prove their worth. And it really wasn't serving him. So the purpose of this wasn't that he would listen to this session and then rush out into a relationship, but to make that a possibility so that he could almost train his brain to think differently about how he was thinking about women in general, but also how he would compare himself to other people and let go of this need to prove his worth. So this is quite a niche session. If you're listening to this, it might be because you can relate to the idea of feeling anxious at the idea of relationships or in relationships or being compared to other people. But obviously it was created for someone else. So if you are interested in hypnosis for your unique situation, there will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call to work with me directly. But you might find in the meantime that this session is useful. So the best way to experience this session is to find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, tension, stress, or anxiety to slowly leave your body in your outward breath. With your eyes closed, you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. And just allow yourself to relax as you breathe in and breathe out, releasing any tension around your neck, your shoulders, allowing those internal voices to quieten down. And for a while now, you've had a voice inside your head that has had a good intention to protect you, to keep you safe, to think about other people, other situations as a reflection of you. But as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to accept that you are always you, no matter who is around, no matter where you are. You don't fundamentally change depending on who you're talking to, what time of day it is. You are still you. Continue to breathe in and breathe out And I wonder what it would be like to imagine an ant. Just imagine an ant in a garden, surrounded by hundreds of other ants. And just imagine that there was one ant that was always comparing themselves to other ants. If there was an ant that they were interested in, they were wondering who that ant has been with, who they know. And if that ant is thinking so much that they never approach the ant that they like, not because of the feelings or emotions of that ant that they like, but simply because of what's in their head, what they're thinking, the stories they're telling themselves. And I wonder what would happen if the lifespan of an ant, which may be months or even a year or two, what if that ant is so concerned by what other ants are thinking, all the evaluations about the other ants, that they live a life which does not fulfill the possibilities available to them. And I want you to imagine seeing yourself, and then imagine zooming out. So you see your town like you're on Google Maps, and then zoom out so you see the country, and then zoom out so you see the continent like you're in a satellite or a space station in space, and then zoom out so you can imagine seeing the planet from space, maybe from the moon, and then zoom out. Imagine that you're on one of the moons of Jupiter, and all you can see is a tiny dot. And that is every human that has ever lived and will ever live is there on that tiny blue dot. And I want you to get a sense of, it feels that all these worries and concerns, these comparisons and stresses, when you zoom out enough, they're as insignificant as the possible thoughts of an insect that may only live weeks or months. But I want you to zoom back into your life. To see yourself as you currently are. Someone with these intrusive thoughts, these worries, these concerns. Anxiety can create hesitation and inaction, indecision or procrastination. But I wonder what would happen if we could change a few thoughts and beliefs of this person that you're looking at right now. And I want you to imagine that you're going to follow them into a future with new ideas and new ways of thinking that could take their life in a different direction. I want you to imagine that you see them waking up tomorrow morning with new ideas. And I want you to imagine that as they were sleeping, changes took place, new neural pathways were created, new beliefs took root and started to grow. And I want you to imagine you're seeing a version of you waking up with all of those beliefs deeply installed. And I want you to imagine rewinding that version of you waking up and see you sleeping, but imagine that you're inside the brain, seeing these new neural pathways become created. New beliefs are being formed, and I will give you direct suggestions to form new beliefs, new ways of thinking, new neural pathways that create powerful changes. And I want you to imagine that you have the ability to cement these thoughts and ideas into the mind of a sleeping version of you. See yourself sleeping, but realize that you can plant these seeds of an idea directly in the brain of this sleeping version of you that wakes up the next day thinking differently. I want you to hear these words from two perspectives simultaneously. As the observer to you, but also as the version of you asleep in bed, taking new ideas and forming new ways of thinking. And if both parts, the associated part and the disassociated part, are ready to make powerful, profound changes to take your life in positive new directions, let me know by nodding your head. That's right. As I say these direct suggestions, I want you to repeat them just inside your own mind. Almost the equivalent of watering a new seed that's been planted. The repetition will help it take root. You are worthy, regardless of how you perceive others. You no longer care what other people think. You are confident in yourself, no matter who is around. It doesn't matter what other people look like, what they dress, what they wear, if they're bigger than you. It has no impact on you at all. You don't care about the history of any woman that you're interested in. You take them as they are, and it's the connection and the synergy you're interested in, not their past, not who they've been with or who they know. In fact, you don't care at all about the history of women that you're interested in. And their ex-partners or who they like is simply irrelevant. What's important is that you like who you are. You let go of any fears or doubts relating to being compared to other men. And you have this insatiable desire to focus on being your best self. Not because you need to be the best, and not because you need to be better than other men. You just have a desire to be the best version of you that you can be. As you think about women, you recognize that women are individuals with their own preferences, their own desires. And you don't need to be everything to any woman, especially the ones you like. You approach interactions with women with an attitude of curiosity and interest, releasing any pressure to perform or impress. And you can let go of any need to please women or prove to women at the expense of your own well-being or the things you value. Your well-being is more important than any communication with any woman. And as you put yourself first, it means there's more of you to give. You trust in your ability to communicate authentically and effectively. And you can express your thoughts and feelings with confidence. No matter what happens in any interaction, any communication, you don't need to be liked by all women. And then you recognize that rejection is not a reflection of your worth as a person. You are valuable if you are single. You are valuable if you are dating. You are valuable if you are in a relationship. Your value does not diminish depending on the thoughts, actions, or reactions to other people. You no longer have a need or desire to look at the history of women you like on social media like Facebook and Instagram. And you accept that all these social media platforms are fabrications of reality, not a true reflection of reality. These filters, all these different things that manipulate what people look like, means that social media is the opposite of reality. You desire real experiences, not posing for fake pictures on social media. You let go of any past experiences that may have contributed to your anxiety around women, and just allow your subconscious mind to replace them with positive and empowering beliefs. Beliefs that you are worthy, that you are good enough, that you don't need to prove your worth. You find joy in connecting with women on a deeper level, focusing on who they are and their interests rather than who they've been with. The background, the size, the shape of their previous relationships is of no concern to you. You couldn't care less. You recognize that confidence comes from within. It's nice to receive compliments, but they're not necessary. And your value does not come from the opinions of other people. In the same way that you can have an opinion of someone else, but that doesn't make them more or less valuable based on your opinion. It's just your opinion. You let go of any negative self-talk or beliefs related to your size and any need to prove yourself as a partner or potential partner. You approach any interactions or communications with women with a sense of humor and lightheartedness. Not taking yourself too seriously and certainly not worrying about making mistakes. The communication is fun for you. You enjoy the interaction. That could be genuine interest or curiosity or flirting and playfulness. You have fun communicating. You let go of any need to control the outcome of a relationship or interaction with a woman. The outcome is a side effect of compatibility and connection, and that's all you're interested in. If things lead to a relationship, whether that's a short-term relationship or a longer-term relationship, that's a side effect of getting to know someone that is right for you and you are right for them. You trust in the flow of life and the universe's plan for you, knowing that everything happens for a reason. You find confidence in your unique life experiences and view of the world, meaning that you can't be compared because no one is exactly like you. You are unique, and therefore comparison is not possible. You let go of any negative beliefs or judgments about women, accepting that they are individuals. So all these beliefs that generalize all women can't be true because no woman is exactly the same as all other women. Just as you are unique and an individual, so are women with their own strengths and weaknesses. From this point forward, you find joy in the process of getting to know women you like, with no interest in their past or their future. Only those parts that are generating a curiosity of compatibility. You approach every communication with women with an easygoing attitude, feeling carefree, prioritizing your own well-being and happiness above all else. In the past, there may have been a feeling of pressure to have sex or to be the best at sex. But sex isn't a competition, it's not a game to win. It's your choice if you have sex, and if you do, who you have sex with, and when you have sex. And there is no pressure to ever have sex if you don't want to. There is no pressure to perform in sex. There is no need to be the quote-unquote best. Sex is an experience between two people. Sex is for mutual enjoyment, not a game to win. Not a talent show to win a trophy for. I want you to feel that you can let go of all those thoughts, feelings, and ideas that no longer serve you. Allowing your mind to plant seeds of ideas that will take root. Meaning that you can let go of any need to prove yourself. You like who you are. You accept and appreciate who you are. And you can always grow and get better, not because you have to or need to, but because you want to. And it's good to evolve, to grow, to improve, to take on new challenges, and to move forward in your life. And I want you to imagine seeing yourself 5 years from now. 5 years of these beliefs and ideas being the default ways of thinking about yourself and women. No need to prove. No anxiety and the pressure, the judgment, the comparisons. Just let it all go and see yourself in 5 years' time living in a desirable, perhaps a dream home. I want you to see yourself confident, healthy, successful based on whatever is your definition of success. You know you're healthy because maybe there's a gym in this dream home and you can see yourself working out, feeling strong. And I want you to see what 5 years of changing your belief systems, no longer needing the validation of others, no longer caring what other people think, living your life in a way that serves you, reducing the stress, increasing feelings of self-confidence and personal freedom. See yourself doing things because you want to do them, not because you have to or need to. You've always been worthy just as you are. You've always deserved to have a good life, to have good relationships. You're just seeing yourself 5 years of really believing and thinking that. And notice how you've changed in all the best and most positive ways. It feels good to see this level of improvement. And I want you to climb into that future version of yourself and feel what it feels like to have thought those things and believed those things for 5 years. Notice an absence of an inner voice. And I want you to imagine it's a date night, either with a relationship you're already in or someone that you like and could be in a relationship, and feel what it feels like to go on that date night free of a need to worry and stress, just enjoying the time with someone that you like. Your attention is on them, not on the old chatter that used to be inside your head. You can breathe relaxed, you can feel strong, healthy, confident. It is fun, easygoing, carefree, and relaxed. No pressure to impress or perform. Just a desire to be vulnerable and to connect. Because in this reality, vulnerability is a strength. Being true to yourself is a strength. Things that maybe you perceived as weaknesses are a strength if you're happy to share them and be honest about them. And if you feel that it feels good to have let go of this anxiety, these comparisons, this stress and this pressure, just let me know by nodding your head. Now it's time to return to the present as you accept that these are just thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams, and you're returning to a present with all of these changes starting to take place in your mind. And sometimes an old thought might pop into your head and you can just remind yourself that that was how the old you used to think, not this new version of you. that accepts yourself, likes yourself, and is valuable exactly as you are. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're completely in the present in your body, listening to my voice right now, as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.